Well, itu saja.
Here's a random fun fact about myself. I was the one who made this 40-page essay theory about quintessential quintuplets and figuring out who the bride is. I had way too much time as an architecture student to write this, but this is what the first page looks like. There's Conspiracy Charlie in there, and that's exactly what this theory is all about. I wrote this essay in early 2019, and it blew up on Japanese Twitter over here, and the translation for that says, "I couldn't stop laughing when I heard a famous foreign teacher wrote and published a 41-page essay confirming that Yotsuba was the bride." Someone also went out of their way to translate the whole thing in Japanese. Look at this. Wow! So I released this theory before chapter 81, and that was the chapter before they unveiled who was the person disguised as Rena, which is Futaro's childhood friend. Obviously, spoiler alert for those who haven't read Quintessential Quintuplets yet. But the fun part is that I was right, and I figured out it was Yotsuba who was the bride. But granted, there are some things that were wrong about the theory, but it's still a fun read. What I'm mostly looking at are dialogues and how it connects in other chapters here, and there's like subtle hints that kind of reveal who the bride is. I was also looking at visual cues and visual motifs, so this is one of my favorite ones that I pointed out. It's just the similarities between Yotsuba's ribbon and also Futaro's little head thing. Another thing I looked at is this particular panel right here where it says emotional distance. I don't know if you can see that. And that little emotional distance thing from chapter 3 would help me predict the sequence of events in the last chapter of the manga. Because in the last chapter, Futaro is tasked with identifying each of the sisters disguised as the bride. And using the information from chapter 3, I was able to predict that the sequence of events was Ichika, Nino, Miku, Itsuki, and then finally Yotsuba. And the funny thing is, I was right. A couple of funny memes came out from this one. This one's a really fun one that I saw on Reddit. This one says, "Will you please listen? I'm not the Messiah." And then the other subreddits are praising me, saying, "He is the Messiah." Sometimes I wonder if the author of the manga, Negi Haruba, has seen this theory. It'll be so funny if he did. But yeah, this is available to read on Google Drive. I think you just need to do a Google search. It's called Yotsuba Nakuno Theory on the subject of ribbons and lies. Enjoy!